I ignored this plant for 30 days. No water, no care, not even a second look. And when I finally checked it, it looked exactly the same. No yellow leaves, no drooping, nothing. Most plants would be dead by then. This one did not even react. And that's when I realized something. This isn't just an easy plant. It's built to survive neglect. In this video, I'm going to show you 10 reasons why it survives what most plants cannot. And reason number 7 will genuinely surprise you. And one of them completely changed how I care for every plant in my home. I did not plan to neglect it. It just happened. I put my snake plant in a corner, low light, out of the way. At first, I treated it like every other plant, watered on schedule. Then life got busy, and I forgot it existed. Almost a month later, I walked past it expecting damage. But nothing had changed. Leaves still upright, firm, perfectly green. No stress, no warning signs. That's when it clicked. This plant doesn't survive care. It survives neglect. And once I understood why, everything about indoor plants started making more sense. So let's break it down. 10 reasons this plant refuses to die. And a few of these will completely change how you take care of yours. Reason number 1. It survives missed waterings without drama. I will be straight with you. I have forgotten to water my snake plant for close to 3 weeks. Multiple times. Not once, not twice. Multiple times over 2 years of owning it. And every single time, I came back to find it completely unbothered. Here's why that happens. Snake plants store water inside their thick, fleshy leaves. Those upright, sword-like leaves are not just decorative. They're essentially built-in water tanks. When the soil dries out completely, the plant draws on those reserves and keeps functioning normally. What that means for you practically: if you travel, if you get busy, if you simply forget, this plant won't punish you for it. It waits, patiently, without complaint. For anyone who's ever walked back into a room and found a wilted, yellowed plant staring back at them, that patience is worth more than most people realize. But water tolerance is not even the most impressive part of this plant. Reason number 2. It genuinely does not need much light. Most plants described as low light tolerant are really telling you they prefer good light, but can survive with less. There's a difference. Snake plant is one of the few that actually means it. I have kept mine in a north-facing office that gets maybe an hour of indirect light on a bright day. I have kept one in a hallway with no windows, only overhead lighting from ceiling fixture. Both survived. Both stayed upright and green. The biology behind it is straightforward. Snake plants use CM photosynthesis, a process that allows them to work at night rather than during peak daylight hours, which dramatically reduces their light requirements compared to most houseplants. What does that mean for you? That dark corner you have written off as impossible for plants? Probably not. A snake plant will live there. And here's where it gets a little unexpected. Reason number 3. Moving it does almost nothing. Most plants hate being moved. Fiddle leaf figs drop leaves. Calatheas fold in protest. Peace lilies droop for a week while they adjust. Snake plants just do not care. I have moved mine 3 times, different rooms, different light conditions, different temperatures. Each time I was bracing for some kind of reaction. Each time, nothing. It settled into the new spot within a day or 2 and continued on exactly as before. This matters more than it sounds. When you're arranging a room, trying different things, figuring out what works, you want plants that cooperate with that process, not ones that penalize every decision. The snake plant is one of the very few that travels well. Rearrange your room. It'll adapt. Most plants hate the next thing on this list too. Snake plants do not even notice. Reason number 4. The air quality conversation. You have probably seen the claims online. Snake plants clean the air. NASA tested them. They remove toxins. Here's the real talk on that. Yes, snake plants, like most plants, do absorb certain airborne compounds through their leaves and root systems. That's real. What's overstated is the scale. The research showing meaningful air purification was done in controlled, sealed environments, not typical home conditions with open windows and air circulation. What a snake plant realistically does, it contributes to a slightly fresher feeling in a room, particularly in spaces with limited ventilation. That's not nothing. I have noticed it in rooms where I keep plants versus rooms where I do not. But I'm not going to tell you it's replacing your air filter. What I will say is this: a plant that's alive and photosynthesizing in your space is doing something. It's converting CO2. It's adding moisture. It makes a room feel less static. That's a real benefit, just a measured one. But the real advantage of this plant is not what most people talk about. Reason number 5, it forgives mistakes, and this one goes deeper. I want to spend more time on this one, because I think it's the real reason snake plant matters for most people. Most of us who've struggled with indoor plants haven't struggled because we do not care. We've struggled because we cared in the wrong ways at the wrong times. We overwatered when we were anxious about the plant. We were underwater when life got busy. We moved things around trying to fix problems we didn't fully understand. Those mistakes, the very human mistakes of inconsistent attention, are exactly what kills most houseplants. Snake plants were essentially designed to survive them. Overwatered it. As long as you catch it early and let it dry out, it typically recovers. Left it too dry, it has reserves. Gave it too little light for a month, it will adjust when conditions improve. Forgot to fertilize for a year? Does not matter much. I have made every one of those mistakes with my snake plant at some point. It's still here, still upright, still looking exactly like it belongs exactly where it is. For anyone who's ever felt like a bad plant owner, this plant is the evidence that the problem was not you. It was the plants you were choosing. But even that is not why I kept it as my number 1 recommendation. Here's where most people get it wrong. They think healthy plants come from more effort, better schedules, perfect routines. They don't. They come from picking the right plant. Because the truth is simple. Most people don't fail at plants. They choose the wrong ones. A high-maintenance plant in a busy life will always struggle. But a low-maintenance plant in the same space thrives without effort. That's not luck. That's alignment. And this is exactly why snake plant works. It doesn't ask you to change your routine. It survives inside it. Now I tell you. Reason number 6. The visual appeal holds up over time. Here's something I have noticed that does not get talked about enough. Some plants look great when you first bring them home, and then slowly become background furniture. You stop seeing them. They just exist. Snake plants do the opposite. As it matures, as the leaves get taller, as the clustering tightens, as the banding on the leaves develops more depth, it becomes more visually interesting over time. A 2-year-old snake plant in a quality pot looks considerably more refined than a brand new one. That slow visual development rewards patience. The longer you keep it, the better it looks. That's a quality most plants simply do not have. And the next reason is one most plant owners never even think about. Reason number 7. It lasts for years, sometimes decades. I want to put this plainly. Snake plants are not a seasonal purchase. With basic care, and we've established how basic that care actually is, a snake plant will live for 10, 15, 20 years or more. I have seen snake plants in family homes that have been passed down. Plants older than the children who grew up around them. That longevity changes the math on what you're actually buying. A plant that lives for 2 decades at a cost of a few dollars and almost no ongoing attention is one of the better investments a home can make. Most decorative items depreciate. This one grows. Now here's something most plant owners worry about. That snake plant almost completely eliminates. Reason number 8. Pests are rarely an issue. Spider mites, fungus gnats, scale. If you have dealt with indoor plant pests, you know how quickly they can spread and how frustrating they are to eliminate. Snake plants are remarkably resistant to most common houseplant pests. The thick, waxy surface of the leaves makes it difficult for soft-bodied insects to establish. The dry soil conditions the plant prefers, letting the soil dry completely between waterings, eliminate the moist environment that fungus gnats need to breed. In 2 years of growing snake plants, I have dealt with pests exactly once, a minor fungus gnat issue that resolved itself when I adjusted my watering habits. Compared to the pest drama I have experienced with other plants, that's essentially nothing. And the last 2 reasons are about something most people overlook when they're plant shopping. Reason number 9. It fits any space, any style. Most plants work in specific contexts. A monstera needs room to spread. A Boston fern wants humidity and a hanging spot. An orchid needs the right light conditions and a deliberate display. Snake plants work everywhere. Small apartment. The compact varieties sit perfectly on a shelf or desk. Large living room. The taller varieties anchor a corner with genuine presence. Modern, minimal interior. The clean lines and upright form feel architectural. Warm, layered, traditional space. The green and gold tones feel grounded and classic. I have never seen a room where a well-placed snake plant looked out of place. That kind of versatility is genuinely rare. And the final reason is the one that ties everything together. Reason number 10, it builds your confidence as a plant owner. This might sound like a soft reason. It is not. Here's what I have watched happen with people who started with snake plants. They bring one home expecting it to die, because that's what their previous plants did. It does not die. It sits there week after week, looking healthy, asking nothing. And slowly something shifts. They start paying attention to it differently. They notice a new leaf. They start understanding what the plant is doing. They feel, maybe for the first time, like they're not failing at this. And then they buy another plant, and then another. And their whole relationship with their home starts to change. Snake plant is not just easy. It's the plant that gives people permission to try again. That's hands down its most underrated quality. You do not need 20 plants to have a home that feels alive. You do not need a complicated routine, a grow light setup, or a weekend dedicated to plant care. You need the right plant, one that matches your life as it actually is, not the idealized version where you have unlimited time and perfect light. Snake plant is the starter plant that does not make you feel like a beginner. It's the backup plant for the corner nothing else survives in. And for a lot of people, myself included, it's the confidence builder that made everything else possible. One plant, right spot, left alone. That's the whole system. And it works every single time. Now, if you have got your snake plant sorted and you're ready for the next step, the next video is about plants that do not just survive. They grow fast enough that you'll actually see the difference week by week. The kind of visible progress that makes you look forward to checking on them. A few of them will genuinely surprise you with how quickly they fill a space. Back in the next pointing ride, it's called 18 Indoor Plants That Grow Fast and Look Better Every Week. And you should watch that next. That one's coming up next. Subscribe so you do not miss it. And drop a comment. How long have you gone without watering your snake plant? I read every comment, and trust me, I will reply to you as soon as possible.